Hello guys, welcome to the Falzone show here on Pal Talk. A lot of you are having a ruckus in the room right now going, who are the hot chicks on the couch? Well, the hot chicks are sisters, so guys get even more excited. But that's not what's going to happen here. This is, after all, a G-rated room. We have two young designers, entrepreneurs in the fashion industry from the Barami fashion line, and now Pluca, which you guys just started. And we have Neda and Nicka, correct? Hakakian. Yeah, I'm getting it. But as you can tell, they're very sassy, they're fresh, they're flirty, and they've created a line for younger women in their, what do you say, like 20s and young 30s, and maybe even like teens, late teens?
You can be a late teen and you can be a mother. There's a how you feel.
Especially now, the way mothers are dressing. I mean, it's very milfy these days. So, tell me a little bit about how you came to kind of inherit this dynasty for fashion.
Well, we were bred in fashion. My father is the owner and founder of Barami, and once we came to the age of being able to get involved, he showed us everything we need to know about productions, designs, and all of these, and we thought it would be a very great idea to have a spin-off of Barami for the younger customers that can't really relate to the suits that Barami is known for, which is how we came across Pluca.
Wow, and when you came into designing Pluca, how did that actually become structured? Because I think a lot of people out there just think somebody draws something on a piece of paper and it miraculously turns into a piece of clothing and it's in a store.
Takes a lot more than that.
Yes.
There is a team of us, and we sit there and we do draw, and we tear out sheets and things that we like, and then we have fittings. They send us a sample, we fit it, make sure it fits, we pick the colors, and then hopefully when it arrives it is what we expected. And that's how it goes into stores. The whole design aspect of it takes a good. You design something that you expect to see 6 months later.
Right.
So yeah, it's a long process.
That is a long process, but I think also one thing about your line that it's really known for is it's moderately priced, especially for our economy. As we know, everything's kind of a mess, even though that passed yesterday, but still a mess. And I think a lot of women out there want to look fashionable, want to look good, want to be on top of the trends, but really can't afford to buy a new piece every time something cool comes out. So reasonably, what do your dresses, your outfits kind of retail for?
Well, it's really hard right now because there are a lot of these big brands that are dominating, you know, the retail industry of clothing, women's clothing. So we have come up with our more unique designs, and our quality is much higher than, let's say, a Forever 21, H&M, these things. But the price is a little bit higher, but it's very much worth it. So I would say dresses are $60, $70, skirts $40, $50, tops no more than, you know, $60, shirts the same.
Well, what I will say, just to vouch for Pluca and the brand, is that when you buy H&M or you buy Forever 21, you wear it twice, you wash it, it's gone. It shrinks, it doesn't fit.
Everyone else is wearing it.
And everyone else is wearing it. You're so right. But if you buy Pluca, like, I have a dress from you guys that I love. It's black cocktail and it has a sheer kind of top part and then embroidery around the neck. I can tell you it's great. I've worn it a ton. And every time I bring it to the cleaners, it's fine. Yeah. I mean, it hangs in there.
Yeah, and our stuff actually, it's like versatile. Like, actually, ironically, this skirt that I'm wearing is the same skirt that I wore as a dress to the event that you attended this year.
I was going to say, I recognize it.
So I just wore it as a skirt. So our stuff is fun, affordable, the quality is there, and you can dress it up differently. Like, we have 2 different styles, but we share a closet. So.
Where can people go if they want to purchase the clothes and maybe don't have a store near them?
You can always shop online at Barami.com. We also sell
Pluca for Barami.com.
Yeah, they're all linked.
Yeah.
And we sell to some department stores, and
you can shop online, and all of our locations and information on where to buy our amazing products are on the website.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so just they can go to Barami.com and find everything that you need there. I know a lot of women are probably like, great, now I can go. You're already online, so this works out very well. What was it like, though, working with family members? Because that sometimes can be even worse than working with strangers. Because strangers, you have to be like, oh, yes, I'm being cordial to you. But a sister, like this kind of dynamic, you're like, well, I told you I wanted suede. You know? That kind of thing.
We do just different things in the company. Nicka is more retail-based and does our accessories, which she is kicking butt at. You should check them out in the stores as well.
I do want to talk about the accessories because they're pretty cool.
And I'm more in the marketing and the clothing and the Pluca, design area. So we do share an office and an apartment, and we do fight, but about family things, work, it's more like just getting things done when needed, and if anything, we fight more about expecting more from one another.
Right.
So that's just it.
And is your dad just giving you the torch and just saying run with it, or is he very controlling still on the brand?
I think that he now trusts us a lot more than, let's say, 2 years ago when we first started. I was actually talking to my friend about this yesterday. You know, you have perks and disadvantages to working with your family. Like, for instance, I can't call my father one day and be like, oh, Dad, I'm so sick. Because he'll be like, no, you're not. You were, like, out at an event last night. You're not sick. You're maybe, you know, tired. So, but it's good because he really, like, has our best interest and really wants us to grow and helps us and gives us all the advice that we need.
Right.
We say that he calls us his little boys because he literally lets us fly. Like, he's like, I'm the bird that pushes the kids out to, like, fly. So it's, he's cute. We have a we're blessed in the dynamic of our family that we have. So.
How many siblings do you have all together that are part of the actual Barami line?
Well, we're two. We have one more sister who's younger. She's still in high school.
So you're grooming her.
She's great. She's better than we are.
She's very talented.
She's amazing, yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
And she's the artsy one, so it's fun. We're all very different, but share similar qualities. Yeah.
You throw great events. You had one at your store, was it spring last year? Or spring, right? And it was at the actual Barami flagship store here and on, what is that,
36th and 7th.
36th and 7th.
Right.
And then you just had a fashion show to launch the new line for Pluca at Juliet's Supper Club, which is a very trendy club here in New York City. And I watched it on YouTube because I couldn't attend. I had homework. I sound so lame. But I couldn't. And I was watching it, and the clothes are just really signature. Like, you have these vests that are really, I think, associated with the Pluca line that just you can wear with anything, jeans, dress up a cocktail dress, whatever, and the models are fierce. But what goes behind the scenes at a fashion show? Because you were saying it was crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. I mean, you were saying you think, like, these fashion shows are these glamorous, the designers, like, they're having so much fun, and there's so many people there, so many people you want to greet, thank, you know, get their opinions and their thoughts, and like you just have no time because you have to make sure everything is right. The models are going out at the right times, they're coming back and they're changing and everything's on schedule, and it's a lot. It's really, but I think in
the end it works out.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work. It's a lot. It's just like your show. It takes a lot of setup and loyal people behind you, but it gets done.
Right.
And it's all the end result. But a lot of work does go into it, and we've been lucky enough to complete all of them gracefully.
No, it looked great. It's interesting too because do you cast the models yourself or do you hire an agency?
We work with agencies and we cast them ourselves.
Is that hard though, to be sitting there like judging other women and being like, no, she's too short, no, she's too tall, no, she's too fat, she's too thin? Because you know how you want your line to look. So what model for you represents the Pluca line?
There's no specific model. We try to keep a fun variety. She has to be young and bubbly, and we're not the type of girls who kind of, I mean, we judge, everyone judges.
Yeah.
But it's all about having fun, and it's how they feel in the clothing. The model could be the most gorgeous person in the world, but if she walks in and wears the clothing and sulks or doesn't feel sexy herself in it, but she could be blonde, brunette, redhead, as long as she exudes what we believe our audience is, then she's a model for our company. Like, she doesn't need to be a size 0, she can be a size 2. And she can just have fun and know how to work with the clothing. That's another thing that we do. We allow our models, we have the racks, and we're like, pick an outfit how you would wear it. And we're more in depth with like their personality and how they carry themselves, because we don't just want a picture. We want we want a brand. We want a person. Yeah. So that's how we go about selecting the models.
Is that fun? Yeah, I wonder, because I think a lot of women always feel like, why do models have to be so tall and why do they have to be that way? And it really comes down to the clothing, correct? Is that why, like, my mom was in the fashion industry, and one of the things that they always said was models are hangers. Like, you want to have the personality come through, but you want it to just showcase the clothes, the woman showcase the clothes.
And the reason why it's so long is because it's easier to make things shorter than it is to make things longer. So they set a standard based on the average size woman. So those of us who are 5'3" and those of us who are 5'8" could wear the same things, but she can't go and find fabric to make the pant longer or the skirt longer, but I can find the seamstress to do so to make it shorter.
Right.
So that's why models have to be for certain things. There's different types of models.
Right.
There's like beautiful ones that get photographed, and then there's ones that you don't need their face, you need their bodies to fit the clothing.
Fit models.
Fit models.
You know, I forgot, I heard recently it was a famous fit model. It was like Angie Harmon or something. She used to be a fit model for things.
Could be.
It's very interesting way. You make a lot of money just
they have the toughest jobs.
Wearing, just being there all day, having them fit clothes around you is pretty cool.
Yeah. You have to know garments as much as designers to be a fit model.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Is there any aspect of fashion that you would want to kind of branch into? Like you said, you're in the kind of marketing area, you're in the accessories. Would you ever want to branch out and do something different in the fashion industry? Or are these your passions?
I love accessories. I mean, it wasn't something that I was doing 2 years ago when I started. I was involved in the design, I was involved in the productions, and for me, the accessories, I love jewelry, costume jewelry. I love it, you know, and I really see myself being here and getting settled in it.
What are some of the trends right now that we're seeing or going to be having coming up for the fall fashion season? What are the colors, the cuts?
Colors are so bright.
Really?
I see polka dots.
Really?
Polka
dots.
dots.
Polka dots can make you look bigger, and that's every woman's
So
worst.
there's like the stripes that are going horizontal, those will make you look really bad.
A lot of sheer lace.
Lace, a lot of color blocking, a lot of
layering.
Brights, but deeper brights, like mustard yellows and fuchsia pinks and like
this lovely green plant green.
So just brights. I think that's something that's common during like a recession time. They see more colors come in because people want to feel like lightened up. Are we looking at like micro minis, maxis? What's the
minis,
deal?
I think.
It's actually two different extremes.
Yeah, really?
You have a lot of, you either go with the mini, or you go with the maxi. So it's...
So nothing in between, really.
Stockings. They're not summertime.
They were showing midi skirts, but I haven't really seen a lot of women wearing the midi, like that goes to the knee. Because they aren't flattering and they're not sexy and it doesn't show a shape and it's very bland. And they were showing it and they were hyping it to be something that was going to be a very big trend that kind of just died out before it.
You mean like right over the knee trim?
Exactly.
It doesn't look good.
To the calf, knee, that area, it cuts you off. But sometimes the trends that they show in the magazine are great for images and ideas.
Right.
And then it's up to the people to just interpret it how they want to dress and style themselves and whatnot.
So is it more girly feminine style or is it more blatant sexy for the fall?
It's more like structured, it's more
girly feminine. Girly feminine.
Yeah?
I would say, and structured. No, it's structured, but it's a very feminine structured. But then again, it's also based on the customer.
Person.
We both walked into the same store and I look like the grungy and she's the feminine. So it's, but the trends are, spring continued.
Right.
Heavier fabrics. Get excited.
No, that is, I like that because you don't have to change up your wardrobe so much. Like if for women out there who are just looking to add a couple pieces, maybe on a budget, what should they really invest in? What would you recommend?
Layering is always really big in the fall and the winter to layer. So like I would say a jacket or like a sweater that you love, that would be my investment. I mean, I love putting on like a beautiful sweater that like maybe I paid too much for it, but I know that I'm going to wear all the time. Because like when I take off my big coat in the middle of winter in the snow, I know I look good. So.
Yeah.
Key pieces. Women should always have their classic black dress, little black dress, their classic suit, their maxi, and basic jeans and top.
Yeah.
You should always have your staple items.
This is very much about the stable.
Just for everyone out there, you can check barami.com. That's BARAMI.com. I'm sure Gary has been giving that out as well. And do you have any events in the future that you're planning for the other line?
All and everything you can find on our Twitter and Facebook.